Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Don't take anything personally. Your truth is personal to you. Your own opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements and are personal to you. It's no one's truth but yours. A lot of truth to that, man. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 82, NASDAQ up 24, S&P's down 1. All the indices, folks, wide price spread, good volume, light volume, actually. If we go take a look at this S&P, what you're going to see is that you got a rejection of lower price. You had lighter volume. We did 79 million shares in the SPY today. You're going against 97 million. Bottom line, the SPY still wants to go test out the 27th of February, which is 278.92. You got two more days in the week. I suspect we're going to get that test. IWM, with the IWM, the small caps, what the small caps did out here today, it took out its swing point. You had volume as it took out the swing point. It isn't a ABC structure on the way up. The reason being is the definition of an ABC structure on the way up would be you go up with volume, you're down with light volume, and then you take a swing out with volume. In the small caps case, if we take a look at the lows from February 9th, you went up with light volume. Then from the 27th down to the March 1st, you went down with big volume. Bottom line, though, took it out with volume. That's going to set up a test for the small caps also of the 160.65, which is the highs of the 24th. NDX 100. Now, NDX 100, Qs, as well as the composite, I expect what you're going to see, number one, is that you're going to test this high. Right now, the Qs are at 168.93. The high we're talking about is on the 26th of January, 170.95. And more than likely what you're going to get is this. This is what I'd love to see, actually. A spike of the high. And what does a spike of the high mean? Well, what happens with a spike of the high is this. You go into the high, intraday, you go past that high, you spike it good. And spiking it good would be saying that you go up about a point and a half intraday, and then you just give it up. And bottom line, that's what you get. That's what I expect we're going to get, too, by the way. We're either going to get a test or you're going to get a spike. The difference in a test and a spike goes like this. If you get the spike, two different things end up happening in my own head. Now, either way, we're going to test the high volume low February 9th. If you get the spike, it's going to be a much larger correction, because what happens with a spike is that the market itself is looking, how many more buys? How many more buys do we have up? How many more buys? They let them buy, and then the large operator is going to go into that buying area. He's going to take every one of those buys, and that's going to be their short position for the way down. We take a look at the composite. Composite set up the exact same way as the NDX 100. Composite was up 24 bucks today. The high that we're talking about, we're going to expect to get tested, is 75.05, so we're 109 points away from that. You're up 24 bucks today. We'll see how the rest of it shakes out. Gold contract. What do we have with the gold contract? You can expect that volatility to continue in the gold market also. Now, the differential inside the gold market today to the dollar is pretty substantial. And what I mean specifically is this. Gold traded from 1342 high to 1323 low. Now, we had volume. We had 296,000 contracts. So that's we went to a higher high. That's telling me we do want to go higher. We look at this intraday, and intraday, what it had already done, the first leg down at 11:30 in the morning, that got tested with lighter volume. That's telling me that we want higher price, okay? That being said, let's go right over to the dollar. And what you're going to see is that the dollar didn't hold higher price, and it's like, okay, so they sold gold off good when the dollar is still lower. That's the divergence in the marketplace. And bottom line, when we take a look at the dollar is trading out at 89.140. That's saying to me it wants to go to 87,830. That's on the smaller time basis. On the larger time basis, it certainly looks like we are going to go down. We have a confirmed ABC structure on the way down with a price projection of 82.340. Notes and bonds, bottom line, they continue to need a bid. We had the 10-year note market flat out here today. We had a low of 119.31, high of 120.14. This has been trying to basically get a low going since the 14th of February. What we did have is that on the 1st of March, you had that sign of strength. And if we take a look at this today, what you're going to see is that we did 1.6 million contracts. That was trading back into the 2.3 million contracts and 2.6. So the bottom line is that when we do take a look at that, that went higher on the 1st with volume, back down with lighter volume. Some of the higher volume stocks we had out here today, and this was a low volume market, is that you had Advanced Micro up 48 cents. You had Apple down 164. Dollar Tree is the one that took the beating out here today. That was down $15.11. They came out with the numbers. Market didn't like the numbers. They weren't that bad. But bottom line is that there's something in there that the market just can't stand. Autodesk is just the opposite. Autodesk came out with numbers. Market liked it big time. Autodesk was up $17.83 at 137. And inside the NDX 100, that's what drove that NDX 100 up big. That was up 14.8%. You had JD.com up 2.9%. Align Technology was up 2.7%. Expedia was up 2.7%. So there was plenty of juice inside of that market. We take a look at the GDX out here. So GDX out here, what the GDX did out here today, we backed down 44 cents. 40 million shares traded. Guess what? That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Why? We went topside yesterday with 53 million shares. You're backing into 59 million shares. What I would have liked to see inside the GDX, though, is that the high of the low is $21.64. We closed at 21.57. You want to see that close above the 21.64 area. That would be the high of the low. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming back with a few numbers. Got a few stragglers coming in with earnings. Dow Industrials finished down 82. NASDAQ up 24. S&P's flat. We're coming right back.